excel at fighting in the early mid game and take advantage of our Night Stalker that way. So I really like their draft, and this Cloud9 is a big question mark for me. Is this gyro going to work? We'll see.
Well, it's something different. Probably not something that Tinker is expecting, but we're going to go ahead and introduce the teams here, Sin. The draft's over. Game 2 has begun. Cloud9 holding a 1-0 advantage in the best of 3. For Cloud9, we've got Eternal Envy playing the Gyrocopter. Fada going to be on the Zeus. Big Daddy No-Town will be taking the Phoenix. He often trades on and off with this one with the next man, who's Bone 7 on the Batrider. They get an instant D-ward here. Sad times for the Night Stalker. And over on the side of Team Tinker, we're going to have Koikfa playing the Storm Spirit. Bulba will be on the Clockwork. Black, the Juggernaut. That does leave Pylite on the Lina. And then, last but not least, your 4-position Night Stalker will be handled by way too sexier Pink Panda, as he apparently likes to go now. And one hero I forgot to mention was, of course, Misery on the Spirit Breaker.
Eternal Envy leading on CS.
Oh, he's dominating already.
He is a very big lead with
what a beast. An infinite lead, actually.
Yeah. This game is actually over.
He's just that good.
Mega out farm. All right, so top rune is going to be claimed by Tinker, and once again, mid laners for each respective side will be getting the runes.
Zeus rushing the bottle, it looks like.
Yep. This is, so, in my opinion, Fata plays the best Zeus in the world. He is extremely good at playing the lane. Like you said, like the analysts talked about before the series started, Fata is very good at finding farm, and Zeus really fits him. It's a hero that can be active, it's a hero that farms, and a hero that gets information for the team. All three things in one hero is like perfect for him. Similar to Beastmaster, doing the same thing: information, decent laner, and a fighter.
He's going to have his work cut out for him to some extent versus the Storm, but especially early on here. Oh, top lane, a little action comes out. Man, they're laying the pain here on Way 2. Went for the boots first, but he's a lot squishier. They actually have a charge available. This is going to be a tough lane to deal with, it feels like, Sin. Between the sticky napalm auto attacks and the constant right clicks from the Spirit Breaker, like, any hero who walks up to harass or take CS is just getting bullied off the lane. It's a dual lane. If they can win this, this is looking really good for Cloud9.
Yeah, they're going to get some CS on the battery. I don't know what's the win condition for Cloud9 here, if it's getting full experience or whatnot, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. Misery.
Yeah, nice, he's charge. Too tanky. You can't use the Blade Fear in him. He'll just stand there and right-click you even through it. They really want the Batrider. That's the more killable hero of the two, but Bone 7 just doing a nice job of sitting back.
I see Magic Stick being bought by Black. Good itemization, of course, playing against Batrider in lane.
Yeah, it's a really nice Magic Stick game in general for Tinker. You've got the Zeus as well as the Batrider to worry about.
So Tinker try to put as much pressure on this lane as they can by just harassing and trying to drain regen, but Night Stalker just used all his mana. He actually doesn't have mana for a Void for a little bit now, and when he casts the next one, he's completely out of mana unless Pilot Eye gives him a clarity. And that's probably if we reach a point when Night Stalker can't cast Void, they actually can't die in this lane.
Yeah, how are you going to get an initiation off?
It's the only setup they have.
It's not possible.
So we're going to get a top rune secured for Fata. He gets the regen, and Big Daddy gets the bottom rune. Farming pretty effectively on this Phoenix by just pulling, and no one's really contesting him.
It's because of the dual lane. This dual lane is keeping 3 heroes occupied. Oh, bottom lane though. Eternal Envy getting aggressive here on the Bulba with the early rocket barrage. He's leveling up the flat cannon as well. Wants to just push the lane in and really limit Bulba's early experience, it seems like, getting good CSs. He's now up to 15 with that last hit, forcing him back. But yeah, that is the big advantage of this dual lane. The Batrider Spirit Breaker, very difficult to zone out, and Big Daddy's the winner. He's already up to level 3 at sub 3 minutes.
He can actually he can even pull this one further probably into the big camp. See, he's using the Fire Spirits. This is one of the big advantages of Phoenix when it comes to jungling. If you do these combo pulls, you can keep your wave alive very easily by just Fire Spirits the creeps that you're farming, and they don't really deal any damage. So he gets a triple play. Even Stacks, meanwhile, what a player. Gets a triple stack on the big camp now. That's something that's ripe for the taking later on.
And that is a very important thing to do when you're running the gyro.
Oh, Koikva could be in trouble here.
Well, there's going to get dove middle lane. They're also trying to wrap around top a little bit on the Batrider. Koikva will get brought down in the end. Nice charge for Misery.
The first of many
and they couldn't actually make a go top.
That was a really nice kill. Fata max range on the lightning bolt. And does finish off with Arc Lightning. So they get a little bit of a head start. And this is a problem for Storm Spirit, because he actually, if he falls behind against Zeus in the lane, he can get bullied out super hard. Until he's level 6, he's kind of Like, Fata will just be free farming. Storm can't stop him at all.
The way that Storm could win this lane is if he gets 6 first and can just jump the Zeus and blow him up, but well, at this point, he's going to have the level disadvantage. So now he's diving into potentially Bolt as well as Thunder Guts Raft. And normally for Storm, you feel tanky because of his extremely high base armor. He's 5 armor at level 1, but that's not really going to help you against the Zeus. You don't have that much
tower
HP.
if you're diving.
Yeah, that as well.
That's pretty much it. So now Nighttime kicks in. This is when Night Stalker generally needs to get something done. So we're 4 minutes in. He's level 3. So is the Lina.
And there are some gankable heroes this game. The Zeus, quite squishy. Up in the top lane, Bone 7 just farming some creeps. Does drop fairly low here. So some potential targets. The Gyro, maybe. He's got fairly low HP for now. Trying to be dragging the creep waves back and forth. Just trying to keep them off his tower, it seems.
Cloud9 did ping them out, though. They saw them with this ward here. Saw them on the edge up here, and looks like they're aware that it's coming. And if this gank fails, that's actually a pretty big loss for Team Tinker, losing their first smoke gank during nighttime. Well, if they steal the stack, I guess they can be happy with that. But I don't know if they can do it.
In the meanwhile, Fata just continuing to nuke out the wave, and we are going to see that big charge in onto Koikfa. Pops his Invis Rune. They get the bolt off. They do have the Thunder God's Wrath with another bottle charge. It would be close, but not going to make their go all the way.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Myladai stealing some of this stack. This is actually like a decent consolation prize after failing their gank, but
They've now summoned Eternal Envy. He's not happy about this. Going to throw out a missile. Sticky Napalm starting to stack up. In comes the Rocket Barrage. If they kill him, might redirect onto Bull, but no. Oh, meanwhile, mid lane, more action breaks out. Koikfa with a big leap forward, trying to finish off Fata. One more overload charge. Gets the job done. Now Big Daddy on the trade. Looks like he should get way 2 as a consolation prize. Diving in onto Koikfa. Doesn't actually want to commit to that one, though. Koikfa had a bottle charge to possibly turn that.
I think Notel was out of spirits too. He used all of them on that dive, so
he wants to stop this rune pickup, but he's just too weak to do it.
He could have tried to snipe it if he had his Icarus dive there, which is a pretty difficult play, but already used it, so he isn't even going to try that. Yeah, they got the Zeus for the Night Stalker. A decent trade here for Team Tinker, but you generally don't pick lineups like this to lose out in the laning stage, right? They really need to find more than this. At least Koikfa, almost level 7 now. He's going to jump in aggressively here.
Big zip forward. They get off the Void. It's only level 2. Now the Zeus tries to turn it as the Cow comes in, smacks him down. Tinker may lose 2 for this. They will. Koikfa also falling. Cloud9, boy, they were ready for that one. As Eternal Envy, bottom lane, unloads with his ultimate. Snipes out the little Lina, who wasn't expecting it. Big takedown there, and he does it. 1v2. This frees up Black top lane a little bit, I guess, but that's a small trade-off for Team Tinker.
He's going to have to get involved early with the Juggernaut. Like their other heroes aren't doing well enough to play a 4 Protect 1 style here. Storm did okay. He also still has okay farm, but ultimately is losing the mid lane after these rotations from Cloud9. And the Phoenix of Notel has been on point with the Fire Spirits, really countering these ganks. Even when they did kill Fata the first time around, they took a lot of damage, and it's actually very annoying for Storm Spirit to try to go for kills when you get hit by these Fire Spirits just once. Like, you can't proc your
He is
overload
pretty
charge.
reliant on his auto attacks, as it turns out. You look at him as a bit more of a nuker, but it's not really the case.
Oh, they smoked while charged.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this could be really, really bad. They have all the information they need.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Really good charge from Misery. And now they might just bait them.
Well, let's see. They're setting up a little trap here, potentially.
Top tower is under attack.
Looks like Fata's going to go back towards the mid lane. He does have his ultimate available soon, and while this is all going on, that Juggernaut of Black has been left alone top. He does get a tower since. That's a pretty big objective to be claimed this early. Some nice gold for a team that really needs it. They have not spent much time pulling or farming on the Lina, the Night Stalker. It's been all about the ganks, so they'll enjoy that extra transfusion. But still, as has so often been the case, they've got the 2 poorest supports in the game. The bottom 2 in net worth are your Night Stalker as well as Lina. Big zip in by Koikfa. Wants to go. Finish off Misery quickly. No, the Fire Spirits, he's so slow. Still barely gets that last swing out to connect for a kill. But that must have been like a 2-second windup on the auto attack.
Yeah. Also looked pretty cool, the attack range he ended up getting. Shot from like 1,000 range away.
Got him.
On that shot. Did get the kill, yeah. But you're right, Black is doing very well. He's actually topping the net worth chart by 1,000 over Eternal Envy, who's also doing very well bottom. Like, he's got 2 kills, didn't get the tower, but has conceded a lot of farm, just playing this essentially one-on-one lane against the Clockwork, who has reached level 6 as a result. So Tinker aren't doing that poorly here. They're only 1,000 gold behind and 1,500 XP, definitely manageable. But they kind of wasted their first night time, and that's not what you want to see when you're running a support NS.
Yeah, not only that, but this Batrider has not gotten involved yet. You have to imagine he's going to be getting involved very soon.
Yep. Yes.
And Cloud9 have
very much yes.
They have the Zeus ulti ready to go again. It has cooled down. And Eternal Envy starts to get more aggressive. He's just tanking up for now. Gets the Aquila, power treads, picks up a belt of giant strength, cheap items, wants to be able to fight early and often, which is one of the hero strengths. So maybe that's why they wanted this hero. It's just a carry that can take the early fights, can bring a lot of damage to the table.
Dire's middle
for now, Fado maneuvering his way into the mid lane. Going to show himself near the tower.
It looks like Team Tinker have figured this out.
It's going to be Bulba, who does get his level 6, trying to deal with this top lane. And
all
now
right,
the jump. They reveal the Blink Dagger. Boat 7 pulling in way 2. They slap him around a bit with the Lancer coming out. They get the kill. Nicely done. Now looking for more, perhaps. I don't think you want to go on that Juggernaut. Not without some backup. He's got Mask of Madness, and they're not going to take that approach.
That's a minute 10 mid tower, though, that they just managed to claim. And
even, yeah, much bigger than the kill is that tower that they grab. Oh, Pi, nicely done. Was charged from halfway across the world, but just calmly turns, prevents the charge from completing. Will survive. So what is the plan for Tinker here, Sin? Losing the tower early obviously hurts. The first nighttime was kind of a waste. If you're Team Tinker, how do you look to recover? Your Storm's not farming that well. Jug is the one big hero who's gotten a lot done early. Do you gank a lot with the Omni Slash? Do you just try to split push and rat it out? What is your play here, do you think, if you're Tinker?
Clock has to get involved, and they need to fight during the second nighttime. So there's 1 minute until natural night at minute 12. And then Night Stalker and Clockwork have to find pickoffs together. The one problem they have, though, is that Night Stalker has gone 2 points in Hunter in the night and none in Silence yet. So they actually, a hero like Phoenix isn't just a free kill if they find it. There's multiple heroes that have counterplay potential because of that Silence point not being skilled yet. And that could slow down Tinker, but I still think if they just play a farming game, they're going to get taken
Hookshot comes in with the Omni Slash waiting. The Egg might turn this, though. Blade Fury through this all, but Eternal Envy tanks and survives, and now they look to turn it black. Healing Ward in position, being zapped a bit. The Egg stuns him on the absolute boundary of the stun. They get 2 kills. They still have a lasso as they hunt for more. They're clubbing Pi. Bone could blink in for this. The Firefly about to expire. Instead, they'll back off for another kill. It's a triple for Fada. 80% win rate, Zeus, and now you see why he almost collects an Ultra. Although Bone 7 ends up grabbing the last kill. It's a 5-man wipe around the map in the end. A 2,000 plus gold swing with a draft that has exceptional map control. Tinker, they are reeling after that game 1.
Yeah, this is not looking good. The hookshot in for Bulba there, I think, makes perfect sense to try to go and kill the Gyre there, but looked more like a bait than anything, like you said, from Eternal Envy. He wanted to get caught there and get his spells off and set up the team fight. And this is
the power of just going that like super tank build as well. Getting the early belt of giant strength, Aquila treads, even the wand. He's not easy to bring down.
It's a very difficult kill, and the moment they commit multiple spells trying to kill that one hero and he still gets his spells off, that's a really big deal too. Like, sure, they end up killing Envy at the absolute end of the fight, but he got everything off in the fight. He got a Rocket Barrage on a melee Clockwork. He got a call down on 2 targets, which slowed down Black so he didn't get out of the Supernova.
And then those cogs almost ended up hurting them as well. Like, he couldn't really do a whole lot after that Omni Slash. All right, we're going to see a little pressure here bottom. Eternal Envy starting to work on the wave. It seems like Tinker are going to be under more pressure around the map in general. After the early start Cloud9's had, now a comfortable, though not overwhelming, 4,000 gold lead, 5,000 experience lead. Eternal Envy really wants to go here. He just keeps on pressing into the bottom lane. It's really the only hero showing at the moment.
And they're going to have to fight. They have to look for these pickoffs right now, Team Tinker.
It is precious nighttime ticking away currently. Not finding anything just yet.
If they don't find a gank, at least they should ward.
And they do now. One. There's a big kill if they can grab it. Fada being focused. Laguna, everything for the little lightning man. They'll get him. Big Daddy now looks to turn this, throwing out the spirits. And will be lasso. Quickfoot doesn't end up getting away. Bulba could be in trouble as well. Flame Break pushes him back. They get off the Nether Strike, finishing him off as well. And now the chase goes onwards for more kills potentially. Lasso was committed here. But Cloud9 moving together as a squad. Blake in from boat 7. It's right on to 2, but he dodges the Lina stunt. Doesn't have a Laguna to work with. 3 heroes now trying to make their way out. Great cogs by Bulba, but an even better ultimate coming out for the Gyro. Ends up clipping 2 heroes. Will finish off Bulba. Now Pi gets trapped. No escape here for Team Taker in the end. They'll run down one by one. They'll finish off another. 3 more big kills come out as Cloud9 just continuously have more heroes, more organized at the point of attack.
And they completely destroyed them that fight. And it ends up being pretty important that Fatsa gets his ultimate off. As you saw, even though he gets killed, just managing to get off the level 2 it was level 1 at the time. The Thunder God's Wrath gives them information. It deals a lot of damage in the area around him, and they managed to track down
hello, Black.
kills as a result.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
He Blade Furies there. There is no Zeus ult, fortunately. Was used in the last fight, but he's living life on the edge here, Sind.
He's going to farm up some more. Still looking good in the net worth department.
He just hasn't been very involved. He's 0-1-1 right now. Eternal Envy is 3-1-4.
Yep.
This Juggernaut has been quietly AFK farming, and he is the leader in net worth, but it's come at a cost for his team.
And the one time he did get involved, it didn't work. So maybe he's like, all right, I tried. Back to farming.
But it still feels like he needs to be somewhat involved.
He has to. Like,
maybe he farms a little more than the rest of the team, but he can't just completely disappear off the map for 20 minutes.
And what's essentially happened now is that the second nighttime for Tinker has also resulted in a loss.
Well,
and now
we're going to have more action breaking out. The charge comes into Koikpa, ends up connecting to. Then they drop the Supernova with the Zeus ult. The Phoenix Zeus combo forces everyone off of the fight as the chase continues. They bring down Bull, but now they look for more. Flame breaking back. Koikpa still has a little monitor to play with, but not a whole lot to work with. Laguna comes out, trying to finish off Big Daddy. They get the Phoenix. Koikpa backing off. Is there a stun of some kind? The silence, not there in time. Koikpa being focused. The miss chance, though, doing big work. That's 3 misses in a row. Now a point. He's going to make his way out. It's not quite as bad as it could have been. Now the Omni, on to 2, slashing his way through. Doesn't finish anyone. The bounces aren't with Black. They could charge. They could go in for a little more. They're going to start with the lasso. Boat 7 low. Blade Fury about to end. There's no way out for Black. He's going to commit and try to fight his way through them. The call down barely failing to connect, and with that, Black actually will make his way out.
He actually got away from that.
Looked like he was dead to rights, but the call down just a tiny bit off the mark there in the end.
Whew. That's really important for Tinker that didn't go worse than it did.
I mean, it's 17-6. It honestly feels like it could be a lot worse when you look at these graphs.
Yeah. And Night Stalker did manage to grab himself a kill there. He killed No Tail, and this is going to give him Gloves of Haste, probably looking for Midas, I think.
Oh, you think Midas?
Yeah, he has to.
It seems like that's what he wants,
though.
He's not buying the
8 as well. I'm very surprised he isn't skilling Darkness, by the way.
At least 1 point first. The Phoenix, the Zeus, those are 2 big heroes to silence.
It's also just the extra nighttime you get.
Oh, sorry, you said Darkness. He does have a point in Cripple Leaf.
Yeah. So the point in Darkness would allow him to. So when the 16-minute mark hits, he gets 50 seconds of nighttime. Then it goes on cooldown, and then at like
I guess he's gonna do like the 10-11 build. I guess.
Yeah. He wants to have a skill point ready at least at 1910, so he gets 50 extra seconds. Like the way the new Darkness works is actually, it makes it much more attractive to skill it early on with how you can extend the nighttime in both ends.
Yeah. There's no real downside except you're not getting another skill point, but it's not like sometimes you use Darkness and it ends up delaying your next real night.
There's the Intelligence Zeus ult.
Yeah, they do a little bit of scouting here for Cloud9. They get some intel.
Team Tinker are scared shitless from this.
Yeah, everyone,
they're just hiding behind their tier 2 towers.
All right, let's just run the hell away, boys. As well, they should be scared. It's daytime right now. This is not the best time to be getting aggressive.
Well, someone isn't scared. He should be.
Well, he will be now. Bulba gets pulled right into the gyro. That Rocket Barrage doing heavy work. Doesn't have his blade melt just yet. He throws in a hook, but that's it. And now the Phoenix Egg comes out. Black able to focus this down. Doesn't get off the Omni yet. He won't get it off at all. And now Koikpa's got to run. Call down comes through, just barely zips past the blast zone, and looks like he will make it out, but it comes at the cost of the rest of his team. They finish off Pylai Dai's lead, and when the dust settles, it's a 4-for-1 trade-off. It just seems like Tinker cannot team fight. Zeus ults, they pop the egg, the fight's over. You just run, and at best you don't feed any more kills, but you definitely don't fight. And if you're not lucky, you end up dying as well.
Yeah, Cloud9's lineup is just running them over in these team
all
fights.
of a sudden,
so much damage.
12 Bloodstone charges for Fada. Yeah. 18 minutes in.
This is his favorite build. I think it's pretty much the state of the game build right now on Zeus is that you go Boots, Bottle, Soul Ring, and then you turn Soul Ring into Bloodstone. It allows you to farm a lot faster. He can basically spam farm the jungle right now with this 18 mana per second regen he has, easily clearing out stacks. itemizing probably toward a Blink Dagger as the next choice, or a Force Staff against the Clockwork if he wants it. And just keeps him relevant. Like, the really interesting thing about Bloodstone and Zeus as well is if you die and you respawn, a lot of heroes that respawn with Bloodstone need to get back into the fight, but Zeus actually has the global ultimate if he respawns with Bloodstone and can still be a factor. Even if he gets bursted down, you still know that your team, the moment you respawn, you're going to get damage on every enemy hero, and you're going to get information to just chase them down with your Spirit Breaker, your Bat Rider, anyone you want. So I think he's a very, very good Bloodstone hero.
And if you use the ult and you don't see any good openings, you just you back and you wait for the next ult.
Yeah.
It's a low cooldown. There's very little risk to just spamming that ultimate. Well, the bottom tower is going to drop very low here for Cloud9. It is, in fact, in deny range. I wonder if this will be contested. Zeus ult comes out. Seems like that's maybe related to this tower dropping low. Wanting to see if they can safely cover it, or if they need to back. And it looks like Misery is going to go ahead and deny it in the end.
Fots
is split pushing top. He's actually going for an Oblivion Staff. He's going straight into Refresher.
Yeah, he favors this over the Ags most of the time, it seems.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good choice too. I think the Axe upgrade on Zeus is generally pretty underwhelming, so I would definitely agree with Refresher over Axe. But
we don't even
I thought
see
he
like
should get a mobility
force,
item.
Yeah.
He often gets a blink.
It's not that good against Storm or Clockwork, though, I feel like.
No.
If they jump you, you're probably just getting caught anyway. The Force Staff's okay.
It's still very nice for when your team engages and you're ahead in the fight. You can
That's
keep chasing people down with the blink and basically keep up with your Spirit Breaker, Phoenix, and Bat Rider, who are all over the place, and you're an old man walking in the back and you can't really catch anyone.
A frail old man that apparently does ridiculous amounts of damage anyway. Yep. Imagine when this guy was a youngin'. Must have been a beast.
Yeah, he was a god.
And now what is he? Just a midget?
Radiant's top tower is
He has fallen far.
I mean, Fada Zeus is basically God. There are not many players that have an 80% win rate on any hero. Like,
It's pretty exceptional.
And he's played a lot of games.
The only other example that comes to mind was Fnatic when they were winning a lot with Wisp, and No Tail had an obnoxious win rate with that hero too. I think that was also like 85% or something at one point, with like more than 20 games played.
That was back when Wisp's tether had a stun, though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That hero's probably a little more ridiculous than Zeus is now. But yeah, it's still, he was certainly impressive there. So we're going to see a kidnap attempt. Poor Bulba, he's brought back to pain and death. As Misery will rather awkwardly get himself caught on a cliff here. Now Koikfa sees opportunity, wants to fight this, but no! He just gets completely changed on and brought down. Everybody parties on the cliff. Cloud9 now trying to bring down this Roshan.
All right, that's just really lucky, actually.
Right away with the bashes, the ult comes out. And
it's more that he gets caught
go.
here, and then Koikfa jumps up to try to get vision and try to go for the snipe, and Spirit Breaker's already on the cliff. Oh my god.
Misery charges right into it.
Nothing is going Tinker's way this
Into
game.
the
That was
juggernaut.
really
Yeah, it was a bit unlucky. They're not that strong in the fights right now, though, to be fair. He's like, this Night Stalker doesn't really bring that much in a 5-man. You look at Cloud9, the 3 big heroes, the Phoenix, the Zeus, the Gyro. You can't really fight into that as Tinker. You gotta find pickoffs. But it's always Cloud9 who seem to be getting them.
It's a charge.
Middle tower is under attack.
Good TP from Pi.
He'll make his way out. It seems like they may just have to rat it up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're just under a lot of pressure here, Sid. Everything that Cloud9's building, very early to mid-game focus, the early Sanj and Yasha on Envy. They want to apply pressure all over the map against a lineup that really wants to be doing the same thing. Tinker forced into a defensive, kind of reactionary posture.
Yeah, it's generally looking pretty bad when you're playing your support Night Stalker from behind pretty much the whole game. This is a hero that is very, very good at playing from ahead.
Oh, there's the unveil of the Orchid, though. Might be able to kill off Fada. Man, he's taking... Does not Bloodstone deny, but he almost instantly respawns. So, doesn't lose too much farming time, at least.
I think he was hoping that he could live through the Soul Burn and be able to get off a couple of bottles there. But
yeah, and pop the ultimate, throw out a Thunderbolt. But well, it does give a nice little bounty the way of the Storm.
Yeah, Koikva needs this badly.
It's still a... I feel like it's still a decent Storm game, though, if he gets big enough.
Oh yeah, the pick is still looking pretty good in the game.
Being able to just instantly jump a Zeus is huge, but Koikva going for instant jumps, not finding them. He gets charged. There's no mana now for the ultimate, but they don't need it because they've got, instead, the lasso. No more charges available, but already they're on the chase here. Laguna comes out from Pi. It only brings Bloom 7 down to half. Rather underwhelming ultimate. It's not level 2 just yet. And now the charge is available again. They'll use it. Straight onto Pi. They'll finish him off. Tinker are just reeling. And again, Black just does not come to fights. He just wants to split push. As a result, the rest of the team suffers for it.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
If that's how they want to play, I feel like they're misplaying it a little bit because
they're just dying too much.
Exactly, they're losing too many heroes. Like if you want to play a split push game like that, and you want to bait the enemy team to try to fight you, lose one hero at a time. And I mean, it sounds easy and it is hard, but they have to be able to cut their losses here and not lose any more. It's a problem that it's the Storm that gets caught out because he's the one who can always get away. But he used all his mana on zipping into actually complete darkness and just gambling that he would find a hero.
Oh, another aggressive dive from Way2, but nobody backs him up. He just runs into 3 and dies. Actually, there's only 2. The Spear Breaker didn't even get there. Tinker are not on the same page right now.
I think he got caught off guard by Daytime kicking in. It kicked in right as he was there and got opened on very easily.
Well, it is an important game here for Tinker. A loss puts them in the lower bracket, and while they may be able to win a game or two, it's hard to see them making a really deep run from that lower bracket. There's a lot of strong teams who might end up there as competition. There's the charge.
Black.
It's faster than the haste rune of Black, and it will hit him. He's still... Oh, actually, Blade Furies. He removes the haste rune. But he's going to be okay so far, at least for now. 7 was trying to hunt him down. He blinks in, but just a little bit too slow. Nipping at his heels, but unable to find that pickoff.
Black has 518 move speed with Mask of Madness activated because of the SNY build-up. So it's very, very quick, and Batrider kind of needs to... If he wants to close the gap, he has to have a Mask of Madness of his own, and probably also Yules for the extra move speed. So
Misery just finds so much farm, though. You mentioned it with the Lina. Lina farms quite a bit better than this hero, but Spirit Breaker is looking at an Ag Send. He's got 1,000 gold towards another component.
A very interesting choice. The main thing it does, so it reduces the cooldown a hell of a lot on this spell. It goes down from, on all levels, 80, 70, 60 to 20. And then it makes it AoE, but that's very situational, whether you'll be able to hit more than one target with it. I think he's getting it strictly for the cooldown and the general tankiness of having these stats. Most of the times, if we see Spirit Breaker's doing well, they buy a Midas.
Yeah. I mean, I guess...
And especially Misery. Right?
I guess, yeah. This guy invented Midas gaming. He really did. But, I mean, I guess the really nice thing is, like you said, though, just having that super low cooldown, it makes any sort of rat plays almost impossible. You're up against the Zeus Ult, the Spirit Breaker with Eggs, and the Batrider. You can't split push against that, at least not aggressively.
Yeah, this is actually insane that Fata has this inventory right now. So he has this without having the best farm in the world. He still has an Bloodstone Refresher minute 26.
We're looking at a 3, 3, and 18 Zeus. I mean, of course, Zeus always is very high in terms of kill participation, but that is next level.
He's going to get level 16 in a moment. And then he has... So let's do the math. He has 2 Thunder God's Wrath. They do 475 each. That's 950 damage, right?
Before reduction.
That's 950 before reduction. Disregarding Static Field entirely. Like, just his global damage, he can now do 950 magic damage to every Dire hero. That is 3/4 of Clockwork's health.
Boba is really struggling.
Lina might actually drop to like 50 health from full health from 2 Zeus ults. Night Stalker loses more than half. Like, all of their heroes actually lose more than half health apart from Black. How are you going to fight that? They just need to hit a couple of spells afterwards and everyone dies.
And if Black has Mask of Madness, he may lose just
Oh yeah,
more.
then he loses 2/3 at least. Maybe even 3/4 of his health.
Well, Black is going to try to pressure here. He spins and then quickly wants to back himself away. Cloud9 mustering their defenses here. The Rocket chasing after him. Looks like Black will retreat pretty far back. And he's going to get dinked eventually.
I wonder who came up with that sound. Like, who thought that was the idea? It's a homing missile, and then it's so fitting.
Apparently, they can hear some of the game sounds over the PA. I guess that could drive them insane if I just sit on it over a pause. If there's a player you just really want to get under their skin, that's how you do it. Well, I mean, this Zeus is already... He has Refresher Ultimate, as you mentioned. This is a disgusting level of farm. And no Midas on the Zeus either. Purely by just working together with the team. And with that, Cloud9, they've got all their key initiation items. They actually go back for a BKB on Misery. He does not end up rushing the eggs.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got it ready to go now. And there's not much to cancel this charge if he wants to commit.
Yeah, this is a dead.
Oh,
whoa, he got stuck?
Huh? Oh, okay. Well, I guess it doesn't matter in the end. Just Nether strikes his way out, and with the lasso there, Envy will happily collect another. Suddenly, MKB on him. We've hardly talked about his gyro, but he is 10-1 and 5. We were curious if this pick would work, what the plan was.
Radiant's top tower
Seems to be working great, Sid. 10-1 and 5.
He's been doing really well.
he did such a good job at zoning Bulb out. Like, when you look at how poor Bulb is, Phoenix for Big Daddy was just pulling almost the entire game. Hardly even pressured him at all.
Bottom tower is under attack.
That's something Envy, I think, excels at more than most carry players, just zoning the enemy offlaner and not giving them space.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This tower is definitely gone. I don't think Team Tinker have any plans of trying this. Koikfa top.
Uh-oh.
Gonna get charged.
Silence is there, has the BKB, no ultimate, Zeus ult bash! Oh no! Oh, poor Koikfa. What a time for a bash.
Has fallen.
Oh. Thoughts could always just refresh ult again.
That's true.
But he doesn't want to. That's the whole point. Like, he doesn't need to use the refresher there, which is really nice for Cloud9 to keep up the pressure on the map. Black will now get a Scotty. He's actually really farmed. Like, considering how much they're losing this game, he's doing a very good job at farming whatever of the map he has access to.
Yeah, he is getting his CS, but it does feel like it's really coming at the cost of the team.
Right, he's pulling an Envy play. All right, now he gets it. The courier was flying back with a Scotty.
It's a little early in the game for the
decoration.
The courier decoration Scotty. Oh man.
Well, he is farmed.
It doesn't feel like a game where you can just have a farm jug though. No. You're up against Lasso, Nether Strike, massive magic damage with a Mask of Madness, which works against you in that case. If your Blade Fury is down, he's gonna need help. He just cannot win this game 1v5.
I think just by Ghost Scepters.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good item against Storm too.
That's a good point.
Really relies on getting those auto attacks off to proc the overload, and yeah, you can zip a little bit around and maybe hit a couple of static remnants, but that actually doesn't even kill a hero through the Ghost Scepter.
Certainly not heroes that are ahead. You've got 1700 health on Eternal Envy. Big Daddy sitting on 1200 with the Urn now picked up. Bone 7, 1500. Fada, 1700. Miser, 800. Nobody is an easy kill for Storm.
Did you mention the Veil on Phoenix yet?
No, I did not.
Because now Zeus ult.
What a Veil game.
Now the Zeus ult.
And the call down. They got a lot of magic damage.
If they Veil Tinker's team, they actually...
They can kill all of them with their nukes.
3 heroes die from 2 Zeus ults.
I think so, yeah.
Bone
7. Oh, he's found a lasso. It's onto Boba. The much maligned clockwork of this game. He's really struggled. The Veil comes out onto Pi. They beam him down. It's Eternal Envy who finishes him off with a flat cannon, and we may just see Taker drop down to the lower bracket after that fight. This has been a brutal one-sided performance so far. Cloud9 now up 15,000 gold, 15,000 experience, laying into tier 3s, focusing on melee racks. And although they try to split push here, it's not going to be that fast, and this will be at 1 racks for maybe a tier 2, but it doesn't look like more unless they all TP back.
Here comes Jugger.
He spins. I'm not sure if it's to a win though. Black has the Omni Slash, but out comes the egg. This will allow him to maybe get a stun off after the Zeds as Quakefa gets bashed. The BKBs, they fight their way through it. Now Black does get stunned on the boundary of the Supernova, and again will go down. It's the whole team down at this point, essentially. Nobody split pushing, no counter objectives, and Cloud9 taking 1 racks. Looks like this could be 2 or even more.
I don't think they ever need to leave the Dire base.
They've got the Urn charges coming out now. Fada still has his double, well actually has the double ultimate in 30, has a single ult now if he wants to refresh. And that might just be the death knell for Taker. They're going to hook in. They're committing to everything now. They got to turn this. Laguna does quickly end Eternal Envy's godlike streak and bring him down, but still Fada's ults are coming. 10 seconds before that double Zeus ult, he's ready. Black engaging. He's already used the Omni Slash. Goes to work with auto attacks. Gets charged. They're looking to turn this any second now.
Right,
Fada, here we go. Welcome to the Thunderdome, boys. No, just kidding. 1-0, 2-0.
He needs a little mana. There we go.
Got him all. Boom, bam, kaboom.
Get wrecked.
That was such a nice play by Fada.
Oh my god. Wow. I think Black's Mask of Madness did expire there, but he was veiled, so.
That is just incredibly demoralizing. It's one thing to lose Light of Rax or to lose a fight. But when he just plays you like a fiddle like that, oh man, that one sticks in your cross. And
yeah. Well, I actually have... I think over the last... Like, in the last 15 minutes, it's looked grimmer and grimmer for Tinker now. Like, they had a couple of opportunities where they could have tried to go for smoke ganks and maybe find fights during nighttime with Juggernaut and whatever. It feels like at this point they're actually completely out of options. It literally doesn't matter what they do. If it's a direct 5-on-5, I don't think they can win a fight ever. Like, the hero they absolutely have to kill is Zeus, but he has 16 Bloodstone charges, so he's going to insta-respawn, he can port back and just kill them all. And if they don't kill him, they all die to him anyway. So they're actually out of options.
They have so much map control in Cloud9 as well. They have great late game, everyone's farming. I mean, you've got 3 heroes on Taker in the bottom 3 in net worth. even the support Phoenix and Spirit Breaker are getting more done than...
And the position 3 Clockwork is actually the lowest net worth in the game. That's very rare to see.
But it's one of those games where once you hook in, you are just dead to this amount of nuke damage, but they're also not getting anything like in exchange for his deaths. They're just dying. There's no trades.
This is actually, okay, this, well, you know, regardless, even if they got a, like, if they got 10,000 net worth sent from the heavens, I think it would still look extremely hard, but this item is...
the lasso onto Black. They get him without the Blade Fury going off now. BKB pop, Black into Blade Fury, tries to spin his way up, but Misery's waiting for him, bringing him low. The Phoenix Egg coming out. Now Black may go down. Can he get off the Omni? He does. On to Misery, only on to Misery, and now bounces to Bone 7. It's a decent fight so far, but not good enough. Black gonna go down, make it 4. They all fall down. The last man alive is Bulba. He's had a rough game here in game number 2.
Is fake casting. He's actually taunting him.
And with that fake taunt, they blast Tinker down to the lower bracket. A dominant showing here by Cloud9.
And Fata ends the game with 21 Bloodstone charges.
Brutal.
That's a lot.
Game 1 was a back and forth 95-minute slugfest, give or take. This game, you blink and you miss it. It's already over. A total stomp by Cloud9.
That was fucking brutal.
I feel like there's no more to say. Maybe when you play against Cloud9, you really have to think twice about giving them like that Phoenix Zeus. That's just such a comfort pair of picks for them, unless you have a very specific plan to deal with it. But if Tinker had one, they weren't able to show it here today.
Yeah. Tinker try to put as much pressure on this lane as they can by just harassing and trying to drain regen, but Nightstalker just used all his mana. He actually doesn't have mana for a Void for a little bit now, and when he casts the next one, he's completely out of mana unless Pilot Eye gives him a Clarity. And that's probably if we reach a point when Nightstalker can't cast Void, they actually can't die in this lane.
Yeah, how are you going to get an initiation off?
It's the only setup they have.
It's just not possible.
So we're going to get a top rune secured for Fata. He gets the regen, and Big Daddy gets the bottom rune. Farming pretty effectively on this Phoenix by just pulling, and no one's really contesting him.
It's because of the dual lane. This dual lane is keeping 3 heroes occupied. Oh, bottom lane though. Eternal getting aggressive here on the Bulba. But the early rock will be on the Clockwork. Black, the Juggernaut. That does leave Pilot Eye on the Lina. And then, last but not least, your 4th-position Nightstalker will be handled by way too sexy, or Pink Panda, as he apparently likes to go now. And one hero I forgot to mention was, of course, Misery on the Spirit Breaker.
Eternal Envy leading on CS.
Oh, he's dominating already.
He is a very big lead with
what a beast. An infinite lead, actually.
Yeah. This game is actually over.
He's just that good.
Mega out farm. All right, so top rune is going to be claimed by Tinker, and once again, mid laners for each respective side will be getting the runes.
Zeus rushing the bottle, it looks like.
Yep. This is, so, in my opinion, Fata plays the best Zeus in the world.
Harasser takes CS is just getting bullied off the lane. It's a dual lane. If they can win this, this is looking really good for Cloud9.
Yeah, they're going to get some CS on the battery. I don't know what's the win condition for Cloud9 here, if it's getting full experience or whatnot, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. Misery.
Yeah, nice, he's charge. Too tanky. You can't use the Blade Fury on him. He'll just stand there and right-click you even through it. They really want the Bat Rider. That's the more killable hero of the two, but Bone 7 just doing a nice job of sitting back.
I'm going to see Magic Stick being bought by Black. Good itemization, of course, playing against Bat Rider in lane.
Yeah, it's a really nice Magic Stick game in general for Tinker. You've got the Zeus as well as the Bat Rider to worry about.
So he is extremely good at playing the lane. Like you said, like the analyst talked about before the series started, Fata is very good at finding farm, and Zeus really fits him. It's a hero that can be active, it's a hero that farms, and a hero that gets information for the team. All three things in one hero is like perfect for him. Similar to Beastmaster, doing the same thing: information, decent laner, and a fighter.
He's going to have his work cut out for him to some extent versus the Storm, but especially early on here. Oh, top lane, a little action comes out. Man, they're laying the pain here on way 2. Went for the boots first, but he's a lot squishier. They actually have a charge available. This is going to be a tough lane to deal with, it feels like, Sin. Between the sticky napalm auto attacks and the constant right clicks from the Spirit Breaker, like any hero who walks up to
excel at fighting in the early mid game and take advantage of our Nightstalker that way. So I really like their draft, and this Cloud9 is a big question mark for me. Is this gyro going to work? We'll see.
Well, it's something different. Probably not something that Tinker is expecting, but we're going to go ahead and introduce the teams here, Sin. The draft's over. Game 2 has begun. Cloud9 holding a 1-0 advantage in the best of 3. For Cloud9, we've got Eternal Envy playing the Gyrocopter. Fada going to be on the Zeus. Big Daddy No-Tail will be taking the Phoenix. He often trades off and on and off with this one with the next man, who's Bone 7 on the Batrider. They get an instant D-Ward here. Sad times for the Night Stalker. And over on the side of Team Tinker, we're going to have Koikfa playing the Storm Spirit. Bulba